What is going on, everybody? Back with another video for today. So today I wanted to add a video to the segment, what the audience wants to know. A few weeks ago, somebody had asked me, what are the back seats like in the W204? And I realized that I rarely ever discuss the back seats because I've probably spent a total of 3 or 4 times in the back seat of the entire time I've owned this car for 5 years. Like somebody else drives my car for some reason, I end up in the back seat, then that's the only time I've actually been back there. So I don't address the topic very often, but I think it's important for those of you that may have kids or may carry a lot of people in the back. I have carried a lot of people in the back seats just when I pick up my friends or whatever, and they never really complained about the back seat space, but it is a little bit tight. But I wanted to show you what it looks like, what features you have back there, so that way you know when you're purchasing this car, if you're gonna carry people or if you're gonna be in the back seat pretty often, then you'll know what they're like. So let's get to it. All right, so coming over to the back seats, this is pretty much what you start out with. You have a soft touch material up here, similar to what you have in the front seats. You've got the same type of soft padding over here, up down windows. You've got the same wood paneling. You have a little bit of an ambient light underneath the door handle. Coming to the seats, they are the same type of leather material you have. I don't know if you can see on the camera. Same type of leather material that you have up at the front. Headrests up here. You have a center armrest as well. That's probably been pulled down 2 times in the 5 years I've owned this car. You've also got a liftable little storage area. It's very soft padded in here, actually. I've never felt that. And then the cup holders open up like a transformer, which is pretty cool. I've never used that in the entire ownership of this car, but that way you know. It's pretty sturdy. Now sitting over into the back seats, as you can tell, it is pretty tight. So I'm sitting in the back seat. Let's turn the lights on back here. Hopefully you can see me all right, but if you can see the back seats, my knees are touching the back seat, and this is exactly how I sit when I'm driving. So I do sit pretty far back. I'm almost laying down when I drive. That's just how I drive, but this is my comfortable seating position. And anybody sitting behind me, whenever somebody does sit, I have to move the seat forward so that they can sit okay. So that's kind of a downside. But if you look at where my girlfriend sits, she sits pretty close, I would say, but for her that's perfect. There is ton of leg room back there. So if I sit back there, if I can fit, there we go. It's actually quite a large amount of space. So I mean, you have several inches. Again, the door is pretty nice. It is actually really comfortable in this back seat. Like, headroom is fantastic. The seats are leaning back, so you do have you know, a pretty comfortable seating position. You're not really up straight, and you feel like you're laying and lounging in the back seat. This is adjustable, of course. But overall, the seats are pretty comfortable. But like I said, if you're a person that sits pretty far back like I do, then you're not going to have any space. And when somebody does sit behind you, you're going to have to move that seat forward, unless you just want to make them uncomfortable, which is totally fine as well. Coming over to the center, you have air vents, which is really nice. The nice thing about this car being kind of small, if you have the heater on up front, you can have these closed and the heat is going to circulate just because it's a pretty small car. But it's nice to definitely have these vents back here. You also have a cigarette, I guess a power outlet, sorry, cigarette lighters up front, a power outlet, 12 volts, and then like a little ashtray, which I still don't get why they have, but they have those in German cars. Overall, again, pretty comfortable seating position. You've got 2 LED lights up here. Headroom, like I said, is more than adequate for me or anybody. I'm about 5'9". Now these seats do fold down 60/40. Let me show you what that looks like. So if you come around to the trunk of the vehicle, pop it open, you can pull these handles and the seats will fold down. So 60/40, and the same goes for this one. As you can see, it hits because my seat is pretty far back. I still haven't taken off this wrapping since I first got the car 5 years ago. It shows you how much I use this feature. There you go. Folds up really easy, really light. Overall, back seats are pretty comfortable in this vehicle. If you are looking to haul for a long time, you know, if you have people in the back seat for a long time, it might not be the best option. But overall, the car is pretty comfortable to sit in. That's pretty much everything I had for you guys for this video. You have speakers down here as well. Now I do have the Harman Kardon in the back seat. This is the subwoofer back here, so that's where all the bass comes out of. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. If you have any other questions about the back seats or really any other part of this vehicle, I'd be happy to address those in this type of segment. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Again, comment below if you have any questions, and please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.